Shall we start, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, all. Before we begin our today's program, let's join together for prayer led by Professor Daniel, IQAC Coordinator, Patrician College of Arts and Science, Chennai.
Good evening, everybody. Before I go into the prayer, I would just like to thank everybody for coming here today as we enter into this 5-day FTP on effective quality research writing, phase 3. Our appreciations to the Department of Commerce, Shift 2, for conducting the first 2 phases of this particular exercise. And today we are going into the 3rd day. As you all know, that research is the need of the hour, and that we are moving forward into knowing new things and conquering new unknowns. So therefore, as we go into this program, let us all look up to God, because we believe that He is the creator of everything around us and that He is the source of knowledge. So let us look up to Him in prayer. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Yes, ma'am.
On your video, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let us bow our heads in prayer. Father God, today we come to your presence, knowing that you are the creator of all things and that you are the source of all knowledge. Lord, today as we meet for this FTP and as we go through these next few days, deliberating on different aspects of research writing, we ask that you be our guide, you be our guardian, you be the person who will lead us through this program. Lord, we ask that you bless the resource person for this day, that you will give the correct words into the person's mouth to speak, O Lord God. Because when you inspire us to speak, they are life-giving words. Father, today as we understand the things that are spoken in this FDP, that we will put it to application in our lives and contribute to research all over the world, just as we are here today, O Lord God, that we will create new articles of knowledge and that we will contribute to the bodies of knowledge that already exist. Today, we ask your blessing upon the resource person. We ask your blessing upon the organizing team. We ask especially your blessing upon all the participants who have joined today for this research writing program. Lord, you allow our thoughts to mingle with each other as the resource person is speaking to us, and help us to understand beyond a doubt everything that is spoken over here, that we may be able to apply it to our every academic purpose. This we ask in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else thought. Having said that, I now welcome you all to this 7 days PDP, Effective and Quality Research Writing Phase 3, jointly organized by Department of Commerce, Shift 2 and IQAC. First of all, I would like to thank each and one of you for joining this program. My heartily welcome to today's resource person, Dr. Michael Almeida, today's resource person, and our academic director, Dr. Fatima Wassin, IQAC coordinator, Professor Daniel, and additional IQAC coordinator, Professor Nagarjun, and our dear colleagues and participants. The main objective of this program is to educate and enlighten the academicians and researchers on various aspects of research writing and to guide you to prepare UGC-funded research projects. Now, let me introduce the resource person of first day program. Dr. Cheryl Michelle Almeida is an associate professor, School of Commerce, Finance and Accounting, Christ University, Bangalore. She has completed her PhD in general management and has keen interest in research and writing. Apart from teaching, she has participated in many conferences and published papers, handles subjects like health insurance, motor insurance, strategic management, and policy making. and cost accounting. Recently, she published her paper titled Social Media Disengagement Among Generation Y and Generation Z, and a quantitative investigation in a Web of Science listed journal. Her paper title, Examining University Students' Attitude Towards E-Learning and Their Academic Achievements During COVID-19, has been accepted in a Scopus Index journal. She is currently working on case study writing techniques. We are happy to have you as a resource person, ma'am. Thank you. Now, I invite our academic director, Dr. Fatima Vasant, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, good evening to all of you. I'm very happy on behalf of the Patrician College to once again welcome all of you participants to this 7 days professional development program on research writing. Indeed, I'm so happy to hear from Dr. Sweetie, who is the organizer of this program, that we have around 375 participants who have registered for this FDP. And I also learned that only 40% are from Tamil Nadu and 60% are across the nation. I think this is a great indicator of the success of this program, that we have participants from across India. At the outset, I'd like to congratulate Dr. Sweetie, the head of the Commerce Department, and the IQAC coordinating team. We always work in unison with each other, and we are very glad that they have come up with a very critical theme for discussion for this FDP. Generally, when we talk about research, we talk about the research interest, and even if there is not much of the research interest, we believe in creating that interest. I think today, that is what is the need of the hour. Not everybody wants to engage in research. Not everybody has that motivation. Not everyone has the orientation towards research or the skill sets that are required to undertake research. But whatever be the circumstances or whatever be the situation, today engaging in research has come to stay. An institution of higher learning cannot survive, I'm using the word survive, or cannot remain in the field without engaging itself in research. It is a very critical area, and we find that most of the institutions, particularly the arts and science, the self-finance institutions, which do not have the access to funding, they ignore or they neglect this area of research. And that is why we as an institution, an A+ grade institution, wherein we have, again, the many challenges to engage our faculty, our research scholars, our students in research, we have activated or we have contemplated many strategies as to how to engage them in research. And one such initiative is what's happening today, orienting or giving an awareness to the research scholars or to academicians who need to engage in research. In this connection, I'm so happy and glad that we also have few principals participating, heads of institutions, heads of departments, research scholars, some experienced academicians participating in this professional development program. I also have seen the topics, the themes for the 7 days, and I'm sure that everyone is eagerly looking forward to getting the best from the resource persons. So let me once again congratulate the Commerce Department, Dr. Sweetie and her team, Professor Daniel and the core team, for jointly organizing, which will be beneficial to many academicians in India. In this context, I also want to say that particularly for research funding, it is again a very big challenge. You may want to do minor or major research, but then you can't fund it yourself. You need the financial support, and this financial support is possible. We do not have to look only from government funding. We can also look at the private funding, corporate funding, NGO funding, and such that. So for which a very good research proposal is required. And I'm sure that this 7 days program is going to help you as to how to even look at a topic, a research topic, which will be critical, relevant, and which will also can be of interest to the whoever is going to consume the findings of research. So my appeal to you, to all the participants, is that having registered with lot of curiosity and interest, you need to be accompanying for the 7 days with the resource persons, make these sessions interactive and clarify all your doubts. At the end of this 7 days program, you should be in a position to feel confident, competent, and also highly motivated to undertake research work. So with these few words, once again, I appreciate all of you for joining this 7 days program. And also, I'm very confident that from the resource persons, you are going to benefit a lot. Particularly, I'm very appreciative that Dr. Cheryl is here with us today. She's a very experienced researcher, and I'm sure that you are eagerly looking forward to hearing from her and to listen to her, her experience sharing. Welcome you, Dr. Cheryl, and we equally look forward for your inputs. I'm sure with your vast knowledge and experience, you are going to give wealth of information to the audience, the virtual audience, who are eagerly waiting to listen to you. So once again, a warm welcome to all of you, and I wish the program all success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your blessings. Now I hand over the session to today's resource person.
Thank you. Thank you so much. With the permission of IQAC team, I am sharing the screen. And I hope my slides are visible.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible, ma'am.
Just putting it on the, yeah. I hope it is visible, ma'am. I have put it in the presentation mode.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's visible.
Thank you so much. So before I start, as everybody know already, it's written my name and you all have already heard. I am Dr. Cheryl Michael Almeta. I come from Christ University, and currently I am very happy to engage this session and interact with all of you. I thank Dr. Fatima, Dr. Daniel, Dr. Nagraj, all the members of IQAC from your college, and Dr. Sweetie, the head of the Department of Commerce, and for inviting me and giving me this opportunity. And I'm sure it will be a good experience sharing session for all of you from my end. And let's start the session. So the topic which I'm supposed to engage for all of you is research readiness and topic selection. So I understand this is the first day of the faculty development program. And I also understand that there are a lot of research scholars and researchers, budding researchers over here. And I think this is the appropriate topic to start your faculty development program. As Dr. Fatima was saying, that many of us don't have appropriate skills for research. So the best way to find out, whether we have skills or no for research is to interrogate ourselves, do our introspection so that we can find out our research readiness. Now, research readiness, to find out research readiness, first we should understand the philosophy of research. Now, I'm sure all of you are aware of this research onion, it is considered, research is considered as an onion. How you peel an onion, layer by layer. Similar way, research also, according to one philosopher, Mr. Sung, in 2016, he has described about the research onion. So we have to first understand what is this research onion all about. So if you can see on my slide, there in the outermost core of your research lies philosophies of research: positivism, realism, interpretativism, and pragmatism. You have to select one of the philosophy for your research. Now, why I'm delving in this is because when we are selecting a research topic, or when we want to understand our readiness for research, we should know what type of research we want to do. So every research is connected with a philosophy. So we have to first understand that philosophy, and then according to that, we adopt certain methods of deduction, abduction, induction. I'm sure we all have studied about deduction, induction in our research methodology classes. And then we go in the inner circle of our research, where we choose various qualitative or quantitative method for our research. And also we choose the type of research, whether our research is going to be a case study, or whether it is going to be based on ethnography, or whether it is going to be action, or whether we are going to base our research on a grounded theory. And then our research also depends upon the time, whether it is a cross sectional or a longitudinal research which we want to undertake. And cross sectional and longitudinal, the difference is one is for a shorter period and one is for a longer period. So when I say shorter period, it could be a year or lesser than that. When I say longer period, it could be a time series research. So these are, the various fields. And then finally we go for our data collection. So you see how it starts from the outer peel to the inner peel. This is the research onion. And please remember, these philosophies which are in the outer peel, positivism, realism, interpretativism, pragmatism, these are the philosophies which we have to understand and then take up our research topic, because research is not only about informing, demystifying, or kind of a discovery, but it is also connected to our belief, our philosophies. So we have to first, before we actually select our topic, we have to first check out which is the philosophy of research we are interested in, whether we are interested in pragmatism or positivism, realism or interpretativism. See, all these methods of research or philosophies of research which we are going to adopt to follow, these methods are going to decide our course of research. So it should not happen that we take a particular road for research and we realize that the philosophy is not as per our choice. But then it will be too late, especially for the people who are doing their PhD, who are doing their postdoctorate, or who take up projects, long-term projects, funded projects. The research which you take up, it should match with the philosophy. And because with every philosophy, the methods are different, the theory applied is different. Like pragmatism, it consists more of quantitative and qualitative, but positivism research consists of more of measurement of quantitative, but you can use qualitative. So here more emphasis is given on quantitative. So this way, all the philosophies differ. Now, this philosophies of research is a vast topic in itself. I will not go much into it, but we should know that when we are selecting a research topic, or when we are starting our research, we should be very much clear with these philosophies. And then we should go ahead for the topic selection. Now, let me tell you. So, with this thing in our background, I come to this next slide where I'm going to discuss about the outcomes of this particular 1.5 hour session, which I'm going to take. So, after we complete this session, we will have a clear understanding or a better understanding as to how to select a topic. What is the way or method or process of topic selection? We will be able to understand that in a better manner. And see, research sometimes can be a journey, which is a very lonely journey. It becomes very lonely when you are doing research if you are alone. So it is always, better to keep more people along with you. And the best way to pass through this journey of research is along with your fellow peers, your faculty, your students. So you should involve them. So you should select a topic according to that, wherein you can involve your colleagues, your peers. So that is also another important point when you go for a selection of the topic. Then topic selection and research readiness also makes sense when whatever you research gets an opportunity to get published as well as cited. So when we are doing this selection of topic or making ourselves ready for the research, please ensure that how do we get publication opportunities? How do we get cited by others? So a few tips on that also are included in my presentation, and few research opportunities for selection of topics in commerce and management. And of course, the most important thing, that is the ethics, which we have to keep in mind while selecting our topics. So these are a brief pointers for my session to be covered. Now, moving ahead, also my chat box is open. If anybody has any question, you can please post your question there. If it is fitting along with my explanation, I will take the question there, or maybe I will take it later. And I'm assuming that I'm audible. Sweetie ma'am, can you please just give me a clue by
Yes, ma'am,
saying
it's audible, ma'am.
okay,
Not a
okay,
problem.
thank you, thank you. Because I'm not able to see the video at all,
Okay.
my own video. So I was thinking, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank
So now I start this presentation with a question, that why research? So I expect all of you to just write a one-liner, that why research? What is your idea? Why do you engage in research? If I can get a quick reply in the chat box, why do you want to do research? Why do you think research is necessary? If you can just write it quickly in the chat box. Remya says to get old knowledge, create new knowledge, new updates and study, to create a change, very good, to extend the knowledge, to know deep about something, to understand, develop for academic development, to explore new thinkings or thoughts. Okay, thank you so much. So that's very true. That is the reason we do research. Solution to a problem, verifying new ideas. So thank you so much for that response. So as you all have already told why we do research, so obviously the reasons which you have given are absolutely correct. So when you are doing research with all those pointers which are written in the chat box in your mind, definitely the topic selection becomes much easier. Because if you want to, yeah, as HP has written, to expand and update obsolete findings, no? So if anything is old, you want to find something new. So those kind of things, in case of a topic selection, becomes a very clear cut benchmark for us. And it becomes much more easier for us to select the topic. But before going to topic selection, let us check research readiness. As Dr. Fatima was saying, that some of us might not have skills, we might not be ready for research. So when I started my research journey, it took me some time to understand the actual details of it. It took me some time to understand the to become complete, to have a complete knowledge, or to become a pro. I won't say that I'm a pro, but at least to become a pro in reading. to become a pro in spending time with patience in searching, it took me few years, because I took up this career as a teacher, and when I took up my career, it was basically for a teacher. And we all start very young as teachers. It is only much later when we focus more on teaching, and that is the time when we realize that teaching is not enough, especially for college and university professors. More than teaching, because everything becomes very obsolete, everything becomes very old. That is the time we realize that teacher has to be a researcher. And that is the time when this change occurs in a teacher's life, when you realize that it's not enough to be a teacher, you have to be a researcher also, because the students whom you are teaching are way ahead of you. If you lack research, the world is moving at a very faster pace. You cannot get stuck up with your ideas, with your philosophies, with your theologies which you learned in your college days. You need to move ahead, and so research is needed. So when I realized that it is time for me, and I have to get involved in research, it took me a couple of years to understand the entire scenario. you know that was the time when I was actually doing my MPhil, my PhD. So it took me a lot of time and a lot of effort, and definitely a support of lot of my seniors and peers who helped me. So I just thought about a checklist which we can have here, to check whether we are actually ready for research or not. So the most important thing which nowadays is required is online research skill. Definitely, we all go to the traditional libraries, the brick and mortar libraries, we all go there. But along with that, as time is demanding, everything has come to the click of the fingers at the keys of the keypad of our laptop. So the most important thing which we need to understand, that the first skill which we need is how tech savvy we are. What is our online research skills? How much of the ability do we have to use the online databases which is available, and what is the method with which can be applied, uh, the technical methods, or what is the method which we can use you know to conduct the research. Now when I talk about method, I mean to say that we should be able to understand the new techniques which are available for online research, and that helps us in understanding and making our research faster, in making a research quicker. Now, this also depends upon what is our attitudes. What is our attitude? If we are stuck up with the old age philosophy of not using internet, with not knowing how to search how to use the search engines. Now, the ones which I have listed here, Yahoo, Google, they are the most easiest ones, to obtain the scholarly resources. These are the most easiest ones, the simplest ones. There are much more ones which are at a higher level. So how much is our attitude to learn the usage of them? There are so many online search engines available. Do we have an attitude, or do we are we ready to learn them? That will make our research not only easier, faster, but also appealing, and we will be wasting less time. So I will say it very clearly that today, if you want to be a successful researcher, you should be very, very savvy with the tools, techniques, which are the e-tools, the e-techniques. And we should know, every college has a library, which is online library, how to use that library database. There are so many types of library databases which your college or my college provides, but there are a lot of library databases which are available for all of us to explore. So how ready we are, how much aware we are. Then another important topic or point or checklist to see our readiness for research is how much do we understand the topic of plagiarism and copyright issues. Because at times people end up having similarity in their research unknowingly. So another important thing is to know about plagiarism and copyright issues. How are we citing the articles? How do we know? What is the process of citing the other articles? Do we know what is in text citation? How do we cite in references? So those things. Next is how much are we able to evaluate the information? We can collect information, we can collect data, but are we capable of evaluating the information which we have collected? For that, how much of tools we know? Now here the tools are the technical tools, the tools related to your statistics. How much do you update yourself every day, every month, every week? Are we learning some new tool? Now SPSS, NVivo, these are all tools which are very familiar, we all know. Are we trying to learn any new tools, any new method? How much do we know? Because with those tools we can evaluate the information. And then how much of research experience we have gathered till now. How much of paper writing we indulge ourselves. How do we know about citing the source which we are going to use? How do we use bibliographies? How do we use encyclopedias? Any kind of indexes which are available, those are published periodically. How do we derive the essence from any kind of headings? How do we summarize? How much do we, have these kind of behaviors? So these are certain checklists which we should question every day with ourselves. And finally, our research readiness depends upon our interest. We have to question ourselves that when we are going to uh, push ourselves, or when we are going to indulge in research, definitely we will do a research which is interest for us, which we like. But does the society needs it? Is it of any use for the society? So these two things have to be in sync. So that is how we have to go ahead. We have to check ourselves that are we research ready or no. Now, research is needed in these areas. You need to do research in academics because you need to develop new theories. Like, for example, if you talk about Philip Kotler gave us the 4 P's of marketing. But then later came 3 more P's according to the latest developments. Now, if you see the Maslow's need hierarchy theory, the Maslow's need hierarchy theory says, talks about the various levels of need. But if you see in today's scenario, will Maslow's need hierarchy theory stand good? I don't think so. The Maslow's need hierarchy has changed a lot according to today's concept. In fact, many of the Philip Kotler's philosophies of marketing also don't fit well today. So academia needs research. So you have to study everything with a critical point of view. When you are studying in your class a theory, don't take it on a face value. Study it, read it with a critical point of view. What is wrong in that? What is that which is not fitting? Because all these theories are written decades of years ago. So they might not fit in now. So in academics, research is needed. Then finally, next step, government needs research. See, the COVID-19 pandemic is the latest example of how much research is needed. So government needs research in all the areas or all the topics which are close to government for governance. So research is needed. And then finally, in industry, to develop new products, new ideas, research is needed. So these are the various avenues where a lot of research is needed, and people have to look into all these areas as researchers when you are doing the selection of your topic, that which area your topic will fit in. Now, see here, first thing, before selecting of our topic, we should understand the difference between pure science research and social science research. Why I'm telling this? Because uh, we all, I understand that majority of people who are here on board on this Zoom platform come from social science research background. I understand that none of us over here is from a pure science. Now we are always involved in a social science research. Now, there's a lot of difference between both of them. What happens? The process of our social science research is very different. For a pure science research, you can go to a lab. You can go to a lab and you can do the research. But that is not the case when it comes to social science research. You have to actually observe the actual people, which is who are in the real time scenario. And you have to do this social science research in an everyday setting. But there's a problem with the social science research or business research. And the problem is it is not always transferred into actionable results. See, pure science research, what happens? When you do a pure science research, there is a outcome of it. You will get a commodity, you will get a new formula, you will get a new invention. But when it comes to social science research, there is no commodity or product. 90% of time, there is no commodity or product as such which is discovered. It is always social science research is something which is always adding to the knowledge in terms of new theories, new philosophies. So the topic selection for social science research becomes very difficult, because very difficult or very crucial, I should say, because most of the social science research end up in books, in theses. They end up in kind of projects, unlike your pure science research. But that is what not we want. We want the world to know the research of social science which we are indulging it. That is why you have to select your topic very, very carefully. That is how great philosophers like Philip Kotler, Maslow's, and all the other social science people become so popular, because their research was somehow transferred to the world with some great theories. So when we select the topic for our research, what should be the criteria? This is this is something very important, when we are selecting our research topic, because research in social science is very, very challenging. It is not only very, very challenging, it also becomes very monotonous. And finally, as I said, we end up leaving that research in theses, in books, in papers. But as social science researchers, we should always have a goal. We should always have a aim of publishing our research somewhere, of making our research known to the world. That is why we should come up with topics which are very relevant, which are feasible, and which are not very common, which are not very popular, but which are very unique. So let us see what is the criteria for selection of topics. I will just go to the chat box and see if any questions are there. Am I not audible? Uh, I hope I'm audible. Okay, this is an old message which I am seeing. Yeah, I assume that I am audible. I hope I am audible.
Yes, ma'am, you're
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So let us go to the next topic, or the most important thing, which is going to define our research, which is criteria for selecting a research topic. How do we go about this? There are a few things which we have to keep in mind when we are building a research topic. First thing, I mean, this is my personal philosophy: interest. Always and always choose a topic which you can actually enjoy, because research is a long journey and you go a long way with your research. It becomes your partner, it becomes your buddy. Your research becomes your buddy. When you are involved in a research, you only think of your research. Like for example, I get very fascinated with this idea of writing a case study. So I really wanted to understand and learn. So because I really like it, so I started learning about the various methods of case studies. So I came across the various types of case studies. And I really like writing case studies. Currently I'm working on two case studies, and I have very high hopes for those case studies. I want to publish them in very reputed journals. So I'm targeting 2 reputed journals, and I am building this case study. And then I have understood. I used to think that case study is very simple. You can just keep writing it like a story. But when I understood the intricacies of it, I understood that it's a science. It's a science to write a case study. You just cannot write it as you want it. There are ways. There is a type of a teaching case, there's a research case, and there's a method. So I enjoyed learning it because it is something of interest for me. So when you are deciding for a research topic, uh, you pick up a topic which you enjoy. Like if you like finance, go for that area. If you like something to do with software, computers, marketing, digital marketing, you choose a topic which you enjoy. Also go through your personal experience. Like I stay in Bangalore. So in Bangalore there is so much of traffic. It's always at the peak hours, there's heavy traffic. So personally I have experienced a lot of traffic. And so when I sit in the traffic and I wait, this personal experience gives me a lot of ideas. I keep thinking, a lot of ideas keep crossing my mind, how this traffic can be tackled, what can happen, what can we do on the roads. Then I keep looking at the skywalks, and then I keep looking at the people over the signals who are selling things. So these kind of things keeps giving me a lot of ideas. So your personal experience, you should always keep your eyes on your own personal experience, and from there you can get new topics. You can get when, because that is something which you are experiencing. As I told you that social science research is from day to day activities. So what you can do is have a very close check on your personal experience and try to pull in your research topics from those personal experience. And definitely your individual perspective, your individual values will become a part of your research. You cannot segregate it, but then you can make it more objective by following various methods which you will be learning or understanding in the forthcoming days of your FTP. Then another way of building a research topic is through non-scholarly resources. Like when you read a newspaper or some magazine, when you look at the television or radio, or you explore internet, these are all non-scholarly resources, but they are very good resources to give you some fresh ideas for building your research topics. And that way you can build up your research topics uh, with the latest happenings around you. uh, Now the thing is, I can see some 3 people have raised their hands. If you have a question, you can put it up in the chat box. My chat box is open. I can answer your question if it is not going to disturb the flow of the presentation. Okay, because raising hand, I cannot do anything. But if your question is there and it goes along with the topic, I will definitely answer it. So moving ahead, the non-scholarly resources. So when you are reading for entertainment purposes, whichever book, whichever magazine, you can think of building up those kind of, like, to give a example from my personal life. I was on the social media and I came across one of my classmates who has started a all woman company. And that's how I got the idea that I should get in touch with her and I should write a case study. So I started building my case study on that particular all woman company which she has started, and I connected it to a theory and that particular case, and I'm building the case on that. So that's how, through a non-scholarly resource, I got my topic idea. Then of course you have your scholarly resources, which are the cliched resources from where you can drive ideas. And those scholarly resources include journals, your textbooks, then research articles. So that way you can drive the idea of your research topic. Now, once you get some idea of your research topic, you have to prune it. You cannot go with a very vague topic. You have to prune your idea. So you have to define the scope of your idea. like a study in India or a study across South Indian states. So, something like that, you have to define the breadth and the depth of your idea. What will be your topic's scope? Because you cannot leave it very vague. Your topic cannot be very vague. On the other hand, it cannot be very narrow that you become very restricted. So you have to keep a topic whose scope is properly within the scope of your research, which you will be able to complete. So pruning, as I said, pruning and refining the topic is very important because you have time constraint. You cannot do one research throughout. It is not like a pure research, which you can do throughout. You have a limited time, and also you need a lot of clarity for yourself, and we need a lot of clarity for others. That is why the topic, when we start, if you remember, initially I was talking about the research onion. So the outer peel of the research onion consists of various philosophies. Your research topic will start from those philosophies, which are very vague, and gradually you will keep coming inside, peel by peel, layer by layer, so that you get a more clarity about your topic. Also, sometimes you want to do something, you want to do a particular research, but information is not available. So you have to narrow down, you have to cut short, you have to prune more, you have to cut it more to make it more clear. So depending upon the information which is available for the research, which will be available, you have to narrow down your topic on certain areas. Then you have to do a kind of retrospective research wherein similar topics of your research and the similar topics, how they have been dealt with. If you come across that the topic which you are choosing and the corresponding researches which are available in the similar topic, please don't go ahead. It's a waste of time. There is no point in adding more. So at that time, you have to drop your idea. So do that is what you do in the review of literature. So before searching a topic, actually, you have to do a thorough review of literature to see whether you are not trying to research on something which is already found. Then there is no point in wasting your time, energy, money, effort. Also look into the current. So don't have that product myopia which many marketing managers have, that they fall in love with their product. So like that, don't fall in love with your topic in the initial stages, please. Because if we fall in love with the topic in the initial stages of research, then we will find it very difficult to change it. So don't have that myopia with your topic in the initial stages. Initial stages, let your topic be just existing there. Along with it, you look at the current areas also and see how you can prune or refine your idea in line with the current areas. So that way, you will come up with something which is not only unique, but which not only you will like, but the society will also accept as a good research. So, what I would say is that when you are choosing your topic, writing the introduction and the background of the study, the theoretical underpinning of the subject should be a part of topic selection. Because when you start writing it down, when you start slowly penning it down, collect your thoughts, write it, you will come to know many things about the topic and you will start changing it. So selection of the topic is not only selection, but it also contains writing the introduction and background of the study, because that's how you will be open to mold your topic as per the recent requirement. Now, there are these research philosophies which we have studied. Now, as I told you, one very important research philosophy which you should keep in mind while topic selection is the philosophy of inclusion. We all know the more the merrier, united we stand, and those kind of phrases we all have heard. Uh, so when we are towards our research journey when we choose a topic. Keep this philosophy in mind that choose a topic where you don't do it alone, but somehow you should involve your research students in your project. Somehow you should involve your peers. Trust me, when you have your peers, your students standing along with you on a topic which you have chosen, the journey becomes much more easier. Now, the problem is with the PhD scholars, you cannot have anybody along with you, but definitely you can have your guide and your RAC members. Keep them in confident, keep them very close to you. Be open to their ideas, be open to their thought process. So, this philosophy of inclusion always keep in mind while you select a topic. So, don't be very rigid here, be little bit reluctant. I mean, you can be reluctant, you can be stubborn with your topic, but be open to accept a few tweaks or few changes in the topic you have selected according to the team, your team. So always work in a team. A team which is together will be able to take the research journey very far, and it will go much more ahead. And also, when you are talking about team, when you're selecting a topic according to the team, before you start your research, set the norms. What is going to be whose work? What is going to be uh, the financial burden, capacity, how you're going to bear it? Everything you decide in advance. So remember, collaboration is very important. Alone, at times, the researcher becomes very lonely. There are various ways to collaborate. There are various ways to distribute the task. Somebody will be good in writing. Somebody will be very experienced in doing review of literature. Somebody in your team will have the knack for data. Somebody will play with data. For someone, data analysis and data sorting will be a child's play. So distribute your task according to that. Collaboration is always, it has got a power. Collaboration, unity has got power. So when you select a topic, please select your topic according to your team. Do it in a team, never do it alone. And also, what you can do is, when you select your topic, when you collaborate, you should do it in a manner which is feasible for all. Now, I'm giving you an example over here. These are the two researchers uh, in which I collaborated. Now you see, the topic here is, these are my two research paper. Both, one is published in Scopus, one is accepted for publication in a Scopus journal. So see, rising from COVID-19, hybrid teaching experience of university teachers, and examining university students' attitude towards e-learning and their academic achievement during COVID-19. So this all happened when we were in a lockdown. So you can see the authors, G.S. Prakasha, Rangaswamy Sangeeta, Arati, and myself. And here again, our team, Prakasha, Sangeeta, Cheryl, and Arati. So we are all from Christ University, and the best part is we are all from different departments. Prakasha sir is from education department, Sangeeta ma'am is from management department, Arati ma'am is from a different campus at all altogether, and I'm from commerce department. So, but when we all met together for a different project, we were grouped together. We thought, we understood that we share a good chemistry among ourselves. So we thought, let us become a good research group. So we started writing paper. We have completed till now three papers, and we are working on the fourth. So we have decided in our team that all of us will take at least one paper as the first author, and all of us, we work like this. So we start with a Google sheet, and one of us takes the lead, and that person becomes the lead author in that particular article, and the article will be on the choice, or the topic will be according to that person's choice who's taking the lead. And then we open a Google sheet. This pandemic, the blessings which it has brought, is that it has taught us teachers to work remotely. to teach remotely. This FDP is one example. So what we do, we start a Google document and we all share it, and we set our norms. So these are some of the norms. This is one sample which I'm sharing with you. So we decide that we will all work on this document till the final. We set our norms. You can set your norms, whatever you want. So we'll do our work as individual name. So like this, we write the individual name and do the work. And we also decide what is the citation style we decide. And we also, in case, have a paper, as I told you, from scholarly um, resources, we got a paper, and we decided that we will base our paper on that particular scholarly resource, although this is not the right way always, sometimes. And we also decided our target journal where we want to publish, and then we broke the paper, and then we wrote everybody's contribution, and then we started working. So this took almost a year. We worked on this paper for almost a year. Now this is another collaboration which I would like to talk about. Why I'm talking about this collaboration is, this is also a very good journal, not yeah, it's a journal, it's a Scopus journal, and this particular article has been accepted as a book chapter. Now why I brought this particular thing over here is, just see the title: utilization of RPA in healthcare. Utilization of RPA. Now RPA is something which is not at all my forte. RPA is robotic process automation. So this robotic process automation, when you now it has become very popular due to pandemic, the chatbots, and when you access the sites of any hospitals, you see there the chatbots which interact with you. That is an outcome of RPA. Now, I, being a faculty from commerce, I'm not at all aware of the codes and the way RPA works. So this particular title we chose, and we collaborated with a person who's an expert in this. There is one more author below. So we started working again on a Google sheet. This is what I find it very easy. So then we started working on this paper. My area is healthcare because I teach insurance. So healthcare, insurance, health insurance, I can write that part over here. So that's how we collaborated, and we could come up with this title. Otherwise, as a commerce and management faculty, I would have never dreamt of choosing RPA and utilization of robotic process automation in my research journey. So what happens when you choose a title with a collaboration of people who are from different disciplines? You get a variety of topics under your research umbrella. Now, another basis, so this was about collaboration. Another basis for selecting the topic for your research is, where do you want to publish it? Because there are certain journals, certain magazines which publish only particular type of articles or papers. So when you are choosing your topic, first you understand where do you want to publish. uh, because at times it is good to select a topic according to your choice, according to your preference, but sometimes it is also good to give to the publishing world what they are asking. So you will see call for papers. That is what many journals send you: call for papers. So at times you can go for those call for papers. So you have to select a topic according to where do you want to publish it. Do you want to publish it in an indexed journal or a non-indexed journal? Do you want to publish that article for a conference? Do you want to publish it as a book chapter? Do you want to publish the article or the piece of writing as a blog or in a social networking website? So accordingly, you have to choose your topic. Are you writing a book? Do you want to make a copyright of it? Do you want to have a patent for it? Do you want to publish it in a magazine or a newspaper? So according to that, you have to choose your title, because not everywhere the same title will be accepted. So kindly choose your topic for your research according to the area where you want to publish, or the resource where you want to publish. Now, at times, we being academic fraternity, it becomes very important for us for our career growth, for our promotions, where publication is needed, and that too publication in a particular kind of journal. So kindly choose your topic according to that journal, according to that need. Otherwise, whatever you write will not be of any use for your career progression or for the academic contribution. So this slide actually talks all about journals. Now, this itself is a topic of 2-3 hours, uh, about journals, how they are indexed, then what are predatory journals, because we should be very careful. At times, we might get messages from journals which promise a good publication, but they might be a predatory journal. Then we also should choose a journal or a topic where we are comfortable with the price, because there are good journals which are indexed in good databases, but the price of publication over there, which is very genuine, is quite high. So because they are open access publications. So if you write an article according to their call for papers and you are not ready to pay that much of amount, which is in dollars, so you will be very much you will not be very much motivated. So keep the price of journal in mind. There are free journals also available. So do you want to go according to that, you know free journals? So accordingly you decide. If you have decided to publish your article in a journal where you are ready to pay, what is your budget, how much you are ready to pay? Or do you want to go for a complete free journal where no publication fee is needed? And also get thorough with the article submission process before you choose a topic and start your research, because there are various processing fees depending upon the type of journals. There are gold journals, there are green journals, diamond, platinum. These are all the types of journals. You can as I told you, this slide itself needs about 2 hours of explanation to understand the journals. So before going into selecting a topic and selecting a journal and going ahead with your research according to that journal, understand the journal dynamics in detail and then only go ahead. Now, indexing of journal is definitely a good idea. Whenever you select a topic, keep an aim of publishing it in an indexed journal, because as I told in the very beginning, that pure research has an outcome, but social science research, the only outcome is not in the form of a tangible product or service or good, but it is in the form of a philosophy, which is shown to the society, which is taken to the society. So how do we take that? By publishing your article in an indexed journal. So choose a topic which any good indexed journal will publish it happily. Now, what are these indexed? Okay, before going to indexed journal, please be careful of the predatory journal. Predatory journals are the journals who will be sending you mails like this. Uh, it will be a very colorful mail, and they will show you all fast track publication, and they will tell you that they will give you, some names will be there. See here, I got this mail, manuscript article submission open for January, fast review. See, these are all the clues which you should catch hold of. And see, the name of this journal is justscience.net. So when I went on this particular hyperlink, this is actually a predatory journal. So when I went to the UGC website, there I saw the name of the cloned journals. So there, this is the original journal, GIS Business, and this is the clone journal. If you see here, GIS, okay, and this was a clone journal. So when I'm going here, this URL is leading me to this journal website. And here, when I see the actual journal, uh, it is a journal which is not an Indian publisher, and they publish in English, but they don't publish anything related to commerce and management. So like that. And another just original journal is publishing in English, sorry, in German. It's not even in English. So these are the two original journals. So these are the clone journals from which I was getting mails. So you will also get mails. The cookies on the your computer will pick it up and they will start sending you mails. So be very careful. See, here it is saying it is UGC Care Group 2. So if you choose a title and if you publish in these kind of journals, your entire hard work will go for a waste. Now, these are the ways of identifying a spurious journal. Few of the ways I have already told you. I will not go into this because that's not my topic here. Uh, uh, but always, go for some prestigious indexing agencies. And if time is there and if there was a slot, I can not now, probably later, how to identify all these journals. These are some of the very prestigious indexing agencies. So do visit these websites, because when you visit these websites of these journals, be it ABDC, Australian Business Deans Council, or your Web of Science, uh, the the publishing house is Clarivate Analytics, or Elsevier's Scopus. These are all very what to say, very prestigious database online library, where you can get good journals and good ideas and good call for papers. So choose your topics, choose your research topics according to these leads which you get from here. uh, Web of Science is something which is very good for we people from commerce and management as well. So Web of Science is a journal database where um, what you can see, it will, like how we have Scopus divided into Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Web of Science is a database where journals are divided in these levels: 1, 2, 3, and 0. Now ESCI are the emerging journals which are included in Web of Sciences. You can go to the Web of Science website and you can check out. It's much easier to publish as commerce and management scholars in this ESCI. And as you go up, arts and humanities, third and second, they are a little tougher, but they are very good journals. Point number one, the first category is for science, pure sciences. So here, it is all medical and medicine related articles. So these are the domains where we can find our journals of our interests. And you can get a lot of good ideas, call for papers, and you can choose your topics. So whenever you choose your topic, and when you're choosing it according to your journal, kindly read the journal and see whether it is a domain based journal, whether it is a university publication. Many universities have very good journals. Like for my Christ University, there are very good journals. One of it is a Web of Science indexed, one of it is indexed in good databases. So they will have their own idea of publication. So you see what is the topic they are asking for, what are the types of topics they are dealing in, and you can provide them for those publications. You can also think of topics which are asked by private publications, because if you add these topics to your uh, profile, you might get citations, so which will increase you as a popular, which will increase your popularity as a researcher. These are some good databases which I have got over here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it in the chat box. Later, when you get time, you can just go through them and you can have a look at them. But from here, you can get ideas of good journals and you can get good topic selection ideas. Scopus, I will not spend much time in Scopus, because we all are very much aware and how the Scopus and Web of Science works. So what I would like to again say over here is, go for a title which can be published in a reputed journal. Don't go for a title just for the sake of it. Go for something which can get a reputed publication. That's how you will build up your profile, search profile. Now, another point which I want to stress upon while you select your topic is citation. Now, this is a very important point. See, when again I'll go back to pure and social sciences research. Our social science research is something which is which doesn't end up into a tangible product. So then, what is the outcome? What do we want? We want a lot of citations for our research. Whatever we have done or whatever we have found out, whatever is the outcome of our research, it should be cited by somebody else also. There should be people who, when do their research, cite your work in their work. It not only gives a kind of satisfaction, it not only gives a kind of approval to you that your work is approved and accepted, but it also enhances your name in the research world. So when you choose a topic, please go for a topic which has got lot of capacity to be cited. You know, don't say that me, myself, my research, I'm alone. No, choose something which is very contemporary and which has got a scope or which has got a future to be cited, which never becomes outdated. Now, what is your citation style in social sciences? I have a question. And I'm sure most of you will say that majority of us, majority of us go for APA citation, isn't it? APA citation is something which is which is very commonly accepted in most of the uh, research places for social sciences. Now, this kind of citation style should be kept in mind when you do your selection of topic. As in, when you are selecting topic or when you are going ahead with a topic for your own research, how are you doing citation in your research? What are you citing in your research? That also makes your research title and research popular. So when you are doing your research, the topic should be such, the topic which you choose should be chosen in such a way that within your research you are able to cite a lot of things which are mentioned here. You are able to cite some kind of reporting standards, the types of citations which you use in your own title, in your own research, should be a variety. They should come from journals, magazines, newspapers, blogs, and when I say blogs, I don't mean to say that anybody's blogs, the popular blogs, which are trustworthy. So you should have a variety of citations in your own research. You should use a lot of gray literature, gray sources. You should use, and also you should follow the ethics of citation, as in how do you give them in text citation and how do you give the reference list. So this also becomes very important when you choose your topic. Choose a topic where you can, within your research, cite a variety of information from variety of places. So the best way is you can always visit the APA website and make it a practice of visiting the APA website every weekly or every fortnight, because you will not only get, see, if you see these links over here, there are a lot of links from where we can get a lot of data. So they keep updating about APA, the APA styles, the services they provide to the authors, a lot of events which happen. So overall, if you visit this website of APA, what you will get a lot of knowledge about what is happening in the research world, and it will support your research. So first step, please visit that. Secondly, when we talk about citation, choose a topic where you can cite government reports, where you can cite white reports, LinkedIn blogs of well-known people, then blogs of all these well-known institutes, which are very well known for their professional degrees. So their blogs, the material from there you should cite in your research, because that is going to, like for example, if I'm going to do a research on COVID-19, I should cite something from those websites which are very popularly connected with COVID-19. like the website of health, related to health, or the websites related to UNICEF. What are they saying about COVID-19? Those kind of websites. It will give my research more readability, more acceptability, and more chances to get cited by others. So choose a topic where you can uh, incorporate citations, a variety of citations. uh, as I told you, these are some of the organizations which you can cite their material in your paper, in your article. These are some of the organizations which are related to us from the field of commerce and management. So visit the websites of these organizations and what they have written, what are their articles saying. Read those articles, try to incorporate them in your research topics. Also, for your topic selection, there are a lot of websites. The best website for choosing a topic is to visit frequently the website of ICSSR. You will get a lot of guidelines for the projects which are available, and you can choose your topics. This is freely available for all of us. So please visit the website of IC, Indian Council of Social Science Research, and plenty of projects are available for young researchers to take up, funded projects. Another website which you can choose or which you can visit for topic selection is Shodh. And you all are aware, I'm sure, about the benefits, which this particular UGC website, the Government of India's website, provide us. It has got a collection of theses, and all the dissertations are available, all the research related topics and research database it has. It also gives us some insights about how to publish. So please don't miss out. Always make it a habit of visiting this website. Uh, it will help you in choosing your topic. Another one website which I found very, very beneficial when I visited is called NGO Box. NGO Box. This is a private website. I'm not sure who's the owner of this, but this again has got a lot of news available related to grants, related to events, related to fellowships and research. So you can think of the various information which is available here, and you can think of lot of topics which you can, lot of proposals. The research proposals are available. Information related to lot of funded projects is available. I found a lot of this information related to funded projects over here. So you can visit this website and choose your topic. If you are interested in insurance, which is one of my favorite topic, you can always visit the website of Insurance Institute of India. You will get a plethora of ideas, about what are the recent topics of insurance. You can also write a lot of professional exams over here. Not only that, but you can get a lot of, and these exams which you write, professional exams, they add professional degrees, professional titles to your name. And the fees is very minimum because it is all from government. All the study material, everything is available. And in the home page you will see lot of information about the recent happenings in insurance. This insurance is a very untapped area in research in India. So that's how I got interested in it. So kindly visit this website and you will get a lot of ideas. Then our good old website of RBI, they also keeps giving lot of research schemes and keeps putting up whatever funding schemes and research topics they are interested in. So this website also, if you visit regularly, you will come to know what are the research topics which are in demand by RBI. And of course, they are funded by RBI. They publish, they fund. So please visit this website as well. Another important website which you can visit is the website of Taylor and Francis, the CRC Press. It is called CRC Press. So please visit this website. And this is basically, if you are interested, just type in Google CRC Press, CRC Press, and you will come to this Taylor and Francis website. So if you are interested in choosing a book title, writing a book, you can go ahead with this. Uh, Everything is available in formats over here. You can give your book proposal here, how to write it, how to choose a topic, how to give a book proposal. They will publish your book for free. In fact, I have given a book proposal to them and it is progressing well. Let's hope for some good outcome over here. So this is another way where you can visit this Taylor and Francis website, and you can find about the topics which could be researchable of your interest. Definitely, this is not my topic, but when we talk about choosing a topic or research, ethics is very important. I will just take a minute for this. Kindly go to the APA website and read the ethics code while choosing the topic, while doing research, because ethics is very, very important when it comes to research. You cannot leave ethics. You have to give due credit to whoever has done whatever in the research. So kindly follow the ethics. It's a long topic again to discuss about ethics and the norms to be set, but definitely it has to be taken into consideration when we talk about topics. Because there is a very harsh policy of UGC and related to plagiarism and any kind of unfair practice. They say that they are at a zero tolerance level, when it comes to plagiarism and non-ethical practices in research. So ethics is something which you have to keep in mind. So these are few of my references which I have taken. And with this, I come to the end of my presentation. Hope it was beneficial for some of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I'm open for questions.
Yeah, participants, if you have any doubts, you can raise your hands and I can unmute you. If you have any doubts, if you want to clarify, you can raise your hands. Or you can post your questions in the chat box.
Thank you.
Chitra ma'am, do you have any questions?
There is a question, ma'am, by Surabhi. Miss Surabhi, she's asking about the topics relevant to field of taxation. The topics related to taxation is something which you know when you study your textbooks. The recent topic on taxation is about GST. That's what I have seen many of our scholars doing the research on GST and so on. But again, taxation is not my specialization. If you will ask me some topic related to marketing or general management, insurance, I can think of it. But taxation is not my specialization. Probably the tax teacher would be the appropriate person. But I have seen some of our PhD scholars, I have seen them, they are doing research in GST a lot nowadays, and how taxation policies are affecting investment. These are the topics which I have seen. But definitely you will have to prune it according to your choice and your interest. Thank you all. Dr. Kavita has asked selection of UGC journal list in management. So Dr. Kavita, you need to go to the UGC website, and you can visit the UGC website, but the minute you will ask, there's a search option there. So when you ask for a list of UGC approved journal, you will be asked to log in. So you have to, in the sense, you will be asked to register yourself. So you will have to register yourself with the email ID, and the list of UGC journal, care list 1 and list 2 will be available. Just visit the UGC website. Another one asked by Miss Rabia, ma'am, can a genuine journal publish your article in a day or two? Never, never it can happen. Never can a genuine journal, because see, when I get articles for review from journals, they give me a month's time, 1.5 months time, and I'm sure they will be giving the same time to every reviewer. So that is one stage where I am doing it. After, if I give a green signal, and if it goes to the next stage, grammar check, then the design check, everything, it takes a long time, ma'am, almost a year. So this topic of finding out a spurious journal uh, is a vast topic. I can help you out in this, but it will need at least an hour, to understand this dynamics. Reshare the post regarding the Reserve Bank of India. Ma'am, please Google search Reserve Bank of India website. And meanwhile, what I can do is, um, I have just taken the screenshot. So what I was doing is, I was just writing Reserve Bank of India website. That's what I have done. So that's how I got that. Um, Actually, Ms. Jyoti is asking about what we can do in India China trade. See, there are a lot of things, as I told you, you have to come up with something of a unique idea. Recently, me and my friend, we started working on, because when this COVID started, no, so in India and in China, we started studying, doing a parallel study on these migrant workers, no, in India. A lot of migrant workers we see here in Bangalore who come from interior parts of Karnataka or Tamil Nadu or Andhra, or or for that matter from North India. These migrant workers suffered a lot, and they were also suffering in China. So we started doing a research on that, but in between we got bored and we left it. So like that, you have to just keep a watch on the recent happenings and pick it up as per your interest. Okay, I don't see any more questions. Ma'am, how to identify cloned and original journal? Mr. Vijesh is asking. Now, cloned and original journal, it's a long process. So when you are identifying the original journal, so original journal, you have to see where they are saying that, where they are listed. Suppose they say, you'll have the information page of the original journal, like, a journal. Now, if they say they are Scopus listed, so Scopus will be written on the home page. Click on that Scopus. So when you click on that Scopus, it should take you, that link should take you to the Scopus link in the Scopus website of that journal. And there you should see, you should check everything. And when you open the Scopus website, when you search for that journal, the journal information will be there. So when you there, it will take you to the home page of the journal. So the home page should be same. When it's taking you to the home page, it should not be a new home page. So that is one simplest way of identifying it. But be very careful, because these clone journals, they are uh, they are very pro in cheating people. The problem is, if you publish, I'm answering to Miss Usha, if you have already published a paper in a predatory journal, no good journal will take it, because it will show 100% plagiarism, self-plagiarism. So your paper will be wasted. So better not to go for a predatory journal. I think I have answered most of the questions. Let me just go to the end. How do we find clone journal? As I told you, you will you have to have an eye for understanding, the original. So always go to the original website, always go to the original website of the journal, which you find from the original database. Original database means Scopus. It's an original database. Web of Science. It's an original database. Most of the good journals are listed there. So when you go there, and there you find the list of the journal, they will take you to the page of the home page of the journal, which is listed. From there, you can find the original journal. Compare it to the page which you are, going. Actually, free plagiarism websites, I don't trust. I'm answering to the question of Mr. Prakash, because our university provides us with the plagiarism check. But let me tell all of you, when we write a paper, my team, I, with my students, we never give for a plagiarism check, because we know that we have written it, and there is no plagiarism at all. So there should not be any plagiarism. There should not be any copying. Everything should be your own words. Like they say, no, it should be your own baby. You should write everything. So what is my policy? My research mentor has taught me this, and that is my policy. So I write every day minimum 500 words of my own. I don't sleep without completing those 500 words. If you are very, very highly motivated, or if you have that time, you can keep that target as to 1,000 words also. But my target is 500, because I have other things to take care. So my target is 500. So I write every day 500 words in whatever research I'm currently indulged in, and then only I sleep. So make it a point that every day you write 500. Just imagine, every day if you write 500 words of your own, in 2 days, 1,000 words, right? And how many words will it make in a month? And then in 2 months or 3 months, you can complete an entire paper. So set these kind of, that's what my research mentor told me. And he's a reverend father. So that's what father told me, told all of us. And I have taken it as my lifestyle of research. Computer science and engineering scholars need to actually search. I have another presentation where all these details are there, Prasanti, but there's no time now, because there are a lot of websites related to computer science. I don't remember them, but I have with me. Just try to search it, Google search it, or go through Google Scholar. Now, Uma Devi Miss is asking about some Scopus journals. For that, I will have to take you to the Scopus website. When you go to the www.scopus.com, www.scopus.com, towards the left side, you will see Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You can give a filter, you can give a search. A lot of journals will come. Q1 are the topmost journals where it is very difficult to publish. Q2 are a little less easier, Q3 much easier, Q4 are the easiest. So like that. I think I have answered most of the questions. Yeah, this is a problem which Mr. Vijesh is asking. If a journal is listed in care list and it goes away, that happens. So what we have observed, according to the pattern, most of the journals, when they are going away, they go in the month of January, February, March. I mean, this is a rough pattern, very, very, I'm not telling you with conviction, but this is a very rough pattern we have observed. So keep that in mind, January, February, March. So this has happened with few of my colleagues also, wherein they have paid money because it was the APC, the article processing charge of that Scopus listed journal, but immediately it went away from the Scopus. So they just kept on talking to them, mailing them, but nothing is happening. So the chances of journals which are Scopus listed, and if they are Q4, And if they are ESCI in Web of Science, the chances of them being unlisted is high. So what you do when you choose a journal, you have to choose a journal which has been there in the database for quite some time, 2 years, 3 years. If it is there only for 1 year, you are taking a risk. Dr. M. Fernandez, sir, is saying that it's highly difficult to identify clone journal. Everything same, like yes, sir, you are absolutely right. But then you need to have that eye of detailing. So because this is my topic in my university, I deal with this topic for my PhD scholars. So you need to, with practice, it will come, sir. So what you need to do is you need to have, you need to observe the original home page. You need to do a little bit of work. You need to go back to the database of Scopus Web of Science. And you need to also click on the home page where they say they are Scopus listed. You need to click on that. And then you need to go back. You have to do 2-3 rounds of checking. With practice, you will get it. On what basis, Dr. Fernandez is asking, journals were removed from care list on this practice of unethical practice, of publishing articles without reviewing, taking a high APC, and UGC keeps observing. And if a lot of unethical practices are there, they will be removed. So you also keep a watch. Any journal which is publishing, which is this is like one more tip. Any journal which is saying that it is a Scopus listed or it is a Web of Science listed, and it is publishing 35 articles, 40 articles, it is not possible. How can a journal publish 40 articles in no time? Most of the Scopus listed or Web of Science listed journals, they will publish 5 articles, 7 articles, or 10 articles, 12 articles, not more than that. Okay. These are the questions. Okay, I think I'm done. Most of the questions, yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Dr. Sweetie?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for clarifying all our doubts. Now I call Professor Nagarjun, IQAC Additional Coordinator, to give vote of thanks.
Good evening to one and all present. It gives me immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks for this day one of this professional development program. First and foremost, I would like to thank our resource person, Dr. Cheryl Michael, Associate Professor, School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy, Christ University, Bangalore, Karnataka. We thank you, ma'am, for your resourceful session. I hope all the participants had a very good session and have a good learning out of this program. I would like to thank the management of Patrician College and the organizing committee for this wonderful 7-day professional development program. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, the feedback link will be posted in your WhatsApp group. Thank you, ma'am. We had a very good session today. Thank you for clarifying our doubts. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone. May I leave the session, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye. Dear participants, the feedback form link will be shared in your WhatsApp group.